Tesla destroys gas cars, and here why. Tesla aims to build its R&D center in China, where the firm will produce a vehicle for the whole globe. Musk said during a ceremony in Shanghai handing over the first built-in-China Model 3s to owners. The automobile will be targeted at the Chinese market, but it will also be sold elsewhere, including in the United States. Something that would be extremely fantastic. So we're going to do that, Musk remarked during the unveiling. It is to strive to build a China that can develop an original automobile for global consumption. Musk said, "I believe this is going to be a lot of fun." Welcome, everyone. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like this video, and click the notification bell button to stay up to speed on everything Tesla, SpaceX, and Elon Musk. Tesla's decision to convert the model to a hatchback is likely due to the high expense of producing an electric car. Components for electric automobiles were quite costly when the first Tesla Roadster was released in 2008. Tesla has to sell its vehicles for a lot of money in order to remain in business. The first Tesla Roadster cost more than $60,000 and had a 53 kilowatt-hour battery with a range of 230 miles. The cost of electric car components has plummeted in recent years, allowing manufacturers to lower the price of their electric vehicles. Take, for example, the Renault Zoe. This electric supermini cost less than $30,000 and features a 52 kWh battery that gives it a range of 245 miles. In 13 years, the electric car sector has made remarkable progress. This implies Tesla can start producing less expensive electric vehicles without losing money. Instead of 4,068 batteries, the new Tesla Model 2 hatchback will use revolutionary new battery technology. One of the main reasons I chose an electric car was to avoid having to purchase petrol again. In fact, since obtaining my Tesla Model 3 in 2018, I haven't gone to a gas station in 3 years. Gas stations will be phased out in favor of charging stations. Ironically, one of the main reasons why many people are reluctant to purchase an electric car is the cost of charging. According to an Autolist survey, 2 of the top 4 reasons people don't buy electric vehicles have to do with charging the car. In this video, I'll debunk all the myths and explain exactly what it's been like to charge the car for the past 3 years, as well as compare my total charging cost after 75,000 miles to what it would have cost in a gas car. First and foremost, bear in mind that the cost of energy and gas varies depending on where you live. One of the nicest features of having an electric vehicle is the option to charge your vehicle at home while you sleep, something many gas car owners overlook. People often inquire as to where you charge your automobile. I always inquire as to where they charge their phones. The Tesla Model 3 is fantastic since we can program it to charge automatically at certain times. When power is at its lowest, which is also known as the off-peak electricity cost, it is purchased overnight, and when I wake up, the vehicle has enough battery charge to meet all of my day driving demands, so I never have to stop charging my car while driving on a regular basis. Let me reiterate that I never stop for anything during my usual everyday driving, which is rather astounding. As a result, my overall charging cost is split into 2 categories: home charging and trip expenses. My home charging outlet is the first expense to consider, along with a public charger adapter, a regular 110 outlet converter, and a Enel 1450 adapter. The Tesla Model 3 comes with a mobile connection. Now, if you drive 50 miles or fewer per day, you can probably get away with charging on a regular electrical outlet, which on a long-range Model 3 would give you around 50 miles of range every hour, or about 60 miles overnight if you charged for 12 hours. However, since I travel over 400 miles every week, I need to install a 240-volt Enel 1450 outlet in my garage so that I can charge my Tesla Model 3 at a pace of 30 mph, which takes around 10 hours to charge from 0 to 100. The other good news is that back when I did it, there was a 30 tax credit off the entire cost of installing an EV charger, which enabled me to acquire 400 bags. So my out-of-pocket cost to install a charger at home was $900. However, most people can probably get it to work for about $100 or less. Now, to figure out the overall charging cost, glance at the Tesla display to see how much power you've used so far. 18,656 kilowatt hours after 75,368 miles. However, unlike a gas tank, where once the gas is in the tank it remains there, not all of the power from the grid makes it into the vehicle battery. Some is lost along the route owing to heat and other causes. So, wall-wheels efficiency refers to the ultimate quantity of power that gets it into the battery, and it's impossible to tell precisely what it's based on. TeslaFi is an app that allows Tesla owners to keep track of their charging statistics. If we assume 94 walls to wheels efficiencies, a 240-volt Tesla wall connection can average 94% efficiency. We must also think about drain, is the loss of electricity when an electric vehicle is powered while not plugged into a charging outlet. For example, every day for 8 hours, my car is parked in a parking lot, unplugged, and it loses some charging during that time. Now, using the Tesla Stats app, the phantom drain for the Model 3 is 0.3 mph. Assume that the wall-to-wheels efficiency is a respectable 90%. That implies a total of 20,728 kilowatt hours have been removed from the electrical grid. Before we compute the cost of charging, it's important to note that all of the charging was done at home. My best calculation is that I travel roughly 2,000 miles per year on road trips, which means that 8% of my total miles are while traveling and 92% of my total miles are when charging at home. To figure out the total trip charging cost, it's simple since I've only spent $54 on Tesla supercharging so far. You would think that's a lot of money, and you'd be right. If you don't know already, Tesla's referral program enables owners and purchasers to obtain free supercharging miles. When our current owner suggests a new Tesla client, I've been fortunate enough to refer over 1,400 individuals to purchase a Tesla so far, and each of us receives thousands of free supercharging miles as a result. In case you're wondering, I have an insane 1.7 million free supercharger miles, which is the most in the world. And you might be wondering two things. First, why didn't you give some of those miles to me? Trust me, I would if I could. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon. Second, why didn't you just supercharge for free instead of charging at home? Well, it's mainly because of charging supercharges. I simply just plug in, then park in my garage when I come home, and I don't have to worry about driving to a supercharger every day. When I said I adore not having to stop during my daily commute, I am not kidding. I'd only use Tesla superchargers when I'm on a road trip, which is when they were designed to be utilized. In addition, I wouldn't want to take up a supercharger stall if someone else on a long trip needed it more than I did. But the point is that thousands of Tesla customers have received at least 1,000 free supercharger miles, which is another advantage of owning a Tesla. So, my travel expenses are made up of the $54.00 I spent on supercharging before receiving my free miles. But it also includes some free charging at my locations, such as in Aronbend, Georgia, a parking garage in North Carolina, a parking garage and at University, a motel in Alabama, and a lodge in Red River, Georgia. Another benefit that many gas vehicle owners are unaware of is that there are numerous locations where you can charge your car for free while driving. I just wanted to clarify that. Despite having a large number of free supercharging miles, I only use them when necessary. During travel for home charging, my off-peak at electricity rate is a little over $0.07 per kilowatt hour, which is extremely cheap. So 92% of the 20,728 kilowatt hour has been home charging, which means I have spent about $350 on home charging so far. If we add 54 supercharging costs to that, we have spent a total of $1,404 on charging, which is pretty crazy. To put that in perspective, if we consider a popular Tesla competitor from the same year or 2018 BYD. After 3 years of driving, the savings could be close to $25,000, which could pay for a solar roof for my house, which would then, of course, allow me to charge for free for the rest of time. I do plan to keep my Tesla Model 3 for at least 10 years, so if I keep this up after another 7 years, the savings could be close to $25,000, which could pay for a solar roof for my house, which would then, of course, allow me to charge for free for the rest. That is undoubtedly a pessimistic viewpoint, but another significant advantage of an electric vehicle is that it can be charged entirely from renewable energy, something that cannot be said of a gas vehicle. To summarize the research of having to charge the automobile over the last 3 years, it's similar to switching from toilet paper to a bidet. Everyone who has used one swears by it and would never go back, including me. However, those who haven't used one in a day are afraid to try it. They are afraid of an unfamiliar experience, which is true, but after you try it, you will think to yourself, wow, I feel so much cleaner and fresher, and it's much better for the environment. When you charge an electric automobile instead of purchasing petrol, it feels like this. What are your thoughts on the overall cost of charging? Did it come as a surprise to you? Please let me know in the comments section. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to see more Tesla video in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.